Good afternoon. Welcome. My name is Sean Murphy. I'm the Senior Vice President of Commercial Growth, and I'm here with my partner, Lindy McNeese, the Growth Director for the United States. And we have a very special guest today. When you talk about young, new, exciting, cutting edge in the commercial real estate world, what comes to your mind? Calvin Wong. Calvin Wong out of Dallas, Texas. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous, Sean. Glad to be here.
Well, I know that you are partners with another extraordinarily exciting commercial real estate agent in Texas with Daniel, and you two run ENGVEST Commercial Real Estate. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's correct, Sean. Given the time that we have, I don't think I can cover everything of the whole history that we have, but I'm gonna be like super short and sweet. So Dan and I, we started ENGVEST Commercial Realty back in 2012. So basically just serving local client base, right? On all property types, retail, warehouse, land, office. So we came a long way. We came a long way, and now we are at 2024, 12 years later, and we are associated with EXP Commercial. So that's kind of like the short of it. But if you want to kind of know why we are here, why we are associated with EXP Commercial, I'm glad to kind of share with you. But boy, like it's been almost 4 years. I still feel the excitement. I'm still like pumped. Like every day when I wake up, it's like, yeah, let's go.
You know, Calvin, you were one of the first advisors that joined us when we launched, and love the energy that you always bring to the table. And we're so excited that you're a part of us. I do want to talk about just since joining us, and like you said, in the last 4 years, you've already iconed 2 different times. Let's talk a little bit about what that means for an advisor of ours to icon. You've done it twice, 2021 and 2022. You've not been here very long, and this was something that you were able to obtain. So tell everybody about that.
Sure. So in this platform, EXP Commercial, we actually have a achievement status called Icon Awards. So in other brokerages, if you are top producers, you probably get a very nice award and maybe like a very nice dinner and pat at the back, right? Good job. Do it again next year. And that's pretty much it, right? Just like when I used to have our independent boutique brokerage, same thing. I cannot afford to write a big check to my agent if they achieve a certain level of production. I cannot do that because in my boutique brokerage, I don't make a whole lot of money. So it's hard for me to give back to the agents. Whereas in this platform, boy, I tell you, like this is something new. Like the split that I give it to the company every time I close a transaction, I actually have the opportunity to get it back in the form of company stocks. And I also get the plaque. So I got 2 plaques as I'm 2-time icon since the beginning. And I'm working on my 3rd one, which is coming. I know I'm going to hit it because I have a few deals in the pipeline that's going to help me get to that goal. So aside from that beautiful, beautiful glass award, I get up to $20,000 back in company stocks. And so there's no brokerage. I mean, I've looked at any other business model. There's no brokerage that's actually giving you stocks, meaning you own a piece of the company.
So you get the cool acrylic trophy, and you get all of your cap back in a stock award. And I'm going to make sure you get dinner at EXP Con because you're an icon. So we're going to give you dinner, the trophy, and all your money back. That's kind of cool. You know, one of the things that I've heard about you and Daniel and ENGVEST, especially you, is you're really putting your pedal to the metal when it comes to advisor attraction. You're really working with a lot of teams, groups, and influencers across the country in showing them the EXP model. How's that going?
That is actually going pretty good. In the beginning, yes, it's kind of like try to figure out how to do it, but it's because of all the events that we go to. That's organized by local EXP partners and also national events. So even though we are a 100% virtual company, but we throw in amazing events. So we had events in Vegas, of course, coming up, EXPCon in Miami, and regionally we have different events. I got invited next week. I think Sean, you're gonna be there too, to Nashville. I got invited to fly to Nashville to talk about my successes, to share basically why this platform works for me, right? I'm sharing my successes. I'm sharing why this platform, it's even better than where I used to be, meaning running my own brokerages. So this is what it's all about, right? This platform actually provide me a stage, not just locally, but nationally. Last year I fly to the Bay Area, same thing, got invited to talk about sharing what's my secret sauce, right? How did I accomplish being an icon, and then also agent attraction. So throughout, by traveling to different places, by meeting with different leaders, that I find a common theme among those leaders is we always want to pour into other people. And that's what makes the conversation more genuine, rather than trying to say, hey, come join us. Because as we are sharing the successes, we're sharing why we are doing what we do, people feels it. People feel like, oh, this is different. This is not just a typical brokerage. This is something that they really want to see me be successful. So I think we kind of find that, we focus on that while having conversation with agents and brokers from another company, or whether it's independent or they are associated with other companies. So by having the curiosity and try to find a solution, right? Because like for me, back in 2012, when Daniel and I started our local brokerage, we did pretty good at the local level. But at some point we hit the ceiling, right? It's like, okay, is this all? Is this it? And that is why after a few years, we purchased a franchise and thought, okay, that could be a solution. But fast forward today, I think this is, the solutions that we have been finding for now, right? And again, every so often there's new business concept, business model come out, but in the present world today, it works. And that's why when we have a conversation, basically just to find the pain points of what other brokers are enjoying, and then see if we can bring in a solution and then pair it up and match.
Calvin, I think that what you're talking about right there, and explaining what Sean's question was, I can piggyback off of that, because you're also a part of our Agent Advisory Council. And so, the importance of knowing how agent or advisor centric the brokerage is in general. You're a part of a committee of something that also takes the concerns or anything that other advisors may have out there, and you work with a group of people who, you can collaborate and say, hey, this is what we can do to help make this better, right? So when it comes to your agent attraction and you're out there, there's a lot of that you can say, this is what we do behind the scenes, right? So being a part of the Agent Advisory Council, talk about what that has meant to you over this past year, because I know you've been doing it, in just about a year, I believe, right?
That is correct. So I'm very fortunate and honored to be, elected to be a part of the AAC, which stands for Agent Advisory Council. Pretty much this council is kind of like a sounding board between collectively all the agents and then the company, right? So it's more like we kind of find out, okay, what's the pain point? Like, what are people complaining, or like, is there any issues on certain things that we need to improve? And this is very important. If you are considering, like, brokerages, ask about, hey, do they have something that, what is a board, or like, I see this as a board, right? Because like a board of directors in the sense that you're providing proposal to the company. Go ask the questions of the brokers in charge and see if they have something like that. If not, then if you are running into issue and if the company is not willing to change, then is that going to be a right fit for you? Versus what we have here, we are constantly evolving because of this body. Because of this body, we are a sounding board of the agents that have, if they come across issues or better way of doing things, it flows to us. And then we prepare a case and then present it and propose it to the corporate. And that's, in my opinion, it's a beautiful thing because it can constantly help the company grow. And I have been in eXp commercial since the beginning, since like ground zero. And I've seen the growth. Yes, the first second years is right as we are, hitting like some roadblocks, we're trying to improve it. But now, like, it's kind of like a, well-oiled machine that we are running rather smoothly. There's still rooms for improvement, but we're doing much better.
So I've been looking at sector projections all day. So I'm going to ask you about your business, but the first thing I want to ask you is, where are you and Daniel and ENGVEST going in the near future? What's your expansion plans, numbers of advisors, the area you want to expand to? What are you guys looking at?
So our goal, which we have it in our mission statement, is to get to 10,000 partners. Right? We call it partners because we are all coming together. We all have something to add value to each other. So the 10,000 numbers is the goal. And what set this apart is versus before, when I have my own brokerage and when we have our own brokerage, because we all do commercial, we don't do residential. It's really hard to attract residential team because we don't do any of that. Whereas in this platform, we can actually attract residential agents without have to manage, because we have staff, managing brokers that is going to educate them, train them. And the best part is every time they close a transaction, I get a small percentage of passive income. So that business model itself is something that if you are curious, you need to, for those that are watching and listening, you really need to kind of sit down and look into this further, because it took me some time. I mean, I'm a very analytical person. It took me some time to really like, yeah, this worked. So that's something that is so beautiful. And the 10,000 advisors numbers is a combination of both residential advisors and commercial advisors.
Well, I thank you very much for taking the time out to share with Lindy and I. You're hitting a chord that was the reason I came over here, was that even though you focus on commercial, you have partners in your organization that can help an agent or advisor with everything from retail leasing to luxury home sales all over the world. So the sharing of information is what really made me join an international brokerage like EXP. So I appreciate your time. I want to thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day to join us here. If you want to see Calvin Wong and the other partners for ENGVEST Real Estate, show up in Miami on October 27th, see him in person, and maybe sit down and pick his brain about how to be successful.
Love to see you in Miami, October 27th to the 30th.